Hey guys, my name is Adam Hurly and this is my channel, Blueprint by Adam Hurly, where I talk about all things men's grooming. I'm going to go over my 10 favorite products from Uppercut Deluxe. You know them, you love them. I could talk about all 2 or 3 dozen products from this brand. I have given them numerous awards, namely a couple of GQ Grooming Awards for some of their fantastic products. But let's go over my personal 10 favorite in this video. Now, full disclosure, this video is sponsored by Uppercut Deluxe. And you might be thinking, wait, isn't that a conflict of interest? But let me assure you, this is a brand that I go back with almost as long as both of us have been in this business. I have been talking and writing about them forever, and they have been a resource for me forever. In fact, we also have another video going up on this channel test driving their brand new product, the Texture Cream, namely for fine hair. It's a great volumizer. You might hear about it later in this video. However, this sponsorship is built on them helping Blueprint move forward to be the spot for the men's grooming conversation. So it's more of a, hey, we want to support you, Adam. And then I said, hey, I want to thank you, so I'm going to give you a video where I talk about all your favorite products. Kind of one of those everybody wins situations. So I assure you, while this is sponsored, everything said here is with my absolute most sincerity. They have not had a hand on my curation, on the products that I'm talking about or what I'm saying about whatsoever. And before I get into all that, I'd be remiss not to tell you, here is where you can find Blueprint on all of our social media channels. You can also sign up for our free men's grooming newsletter. That's where you'll learn about all the newest and best products hitting the market. Subscribe to the Blueprint by Adam Hurly YouTube channel. And while you're at it, give Uppercut a follow too. Now, if you've got a favorite Uppercut product, let me know in the description below. These ones are mine. I hope you like them. Let's get into it. Now, these are in no particular order, but I do want to start with a couple of GQ award winners that I might have had a hand in giving those awards to. Why not start with the classic? The Deluxe Pomade. This is that essential product that every great barbershop brand needs. It is a water-based pomade, so it's going to give you high shine, high hold, and an easy rinse out when you're done. This is the type of product, especially this product, that every single guy should have in his arsenal. It doesn't need to be the one that you're using every day. I get it, you might not want high hold, high shine every single day, but you're going to want it for that special occasion every once in a while. I don't think I have to explain pomade to most of you. You probably have a good idea of the slick, the wet looking hair. This one, I assure you, it wears light. It works in all hair types. That's why at GQ we had called it one of the absolute best pomades. And if you have fine hair, I do think that this is one of the pomades that you will like the absolute best in terms of getting something that doesn't suffocate your strands, weigh it down too much, and of course, rinses clean on the back end. Let's go to another favorite of ours over at GQ. This is one that I gave a GQ Grooming Award to and called one of the absolute best shave creams. It's the shave cream, obviously. Now, I love texture in products. I love a whipped cleanser. I love like a really buttery whipped night moisturizer. And that is why I also really love this shave cream. It's so whip-like. It builds a beautiful lather. It has really soothing properties in it too, like cucumber and green tea extract. So it feels good on the skin. It's gonna leave your skin feeling really supported and cushioned even after you're done shaving. And it is just fun to apply. And you can't really say that about a lot of products that are very regiment focused, but if something is fun to apply, then I look forward to doing it. And I also go out of my way to make sure I have that product for my regimen. So that's why this one gets awards. It's just fun to use and it feels great. Alrighty, I already mentioned this one earlier in the video. It is the brand new product from Uppercut. This is their Texture Cream. It just hit the markets and it is already a favorite in our household. Now, it's important for me to talk about products that aren't necessarily devised for my hair. I try to make this a platform where I consider all the different people who have a lot of different needs than just my own. And in this household, my partner is very fine-haired and he really needs a light hold, volumizing, texturizing, bodybuilding is a word I like to use for this kind of product. It just gives his hair that fullness and it resuscitates it from being flat, from being dull. For me, it's not necessarily a product that I'm going to use because I have really thick coarse hair, but for the guys who have fine hair, who have thinning hair, and just want more volume and body overall, this is it. We just did a test drive video with 5 guys, including my partner, and they are reviewing the product. They are showcasing how it works in different hairstyles. Some of them have receded hair, some of them just do a simple coif in short hair. One guy in that video has the most amazing flowing hair, almost like a big sort of mullet in the back, and this product gives him real Johnny Bravo style volume. One guy in that video also has this really amazing curly hair, and it helped him get these sort of bouncy, defined curls. He was able to even wear his longer curls in different ways with it, so it's a really, really versatile product. But if you have fine hair, thin hair, I think it's an essential product. I don't expect anybody watching this to have everything I've ever said about men's grooming down pat. But one thing I do believe is that guys should use shampoos and conditioners for their different hair textures, hair types, hair needs. And if a guy has really, really short hair, those rules probably don't apply to him. For example, I have medium length hair right now. My hair is really thick, it's coarse, it is prone to frizz, to humidity, all these things. So I use really smoothing products typically when it's this length. That said, when I have really short hair, I'm not as concerned about that because I'm not growing my hair out as long. I just want an easy rinse. I want a complete flushing out, and then even the conditioner I'm using doesn't matter quite as much. Now that said, I believe that regardless of your hair type, your hair texture, any of that, one type of product that every guy needs and should deploy maybe once every couple weeks when there's too much product buildup, when there's too much sweat, maybe he's been out in the sun all day and just feels yuck, you need a Detox shampoo. This is a deep cleaning shampoo. And wouldn't you know it, Uppercut has one. The Detox and Degrease shampoo. I believe it's one of those products that pretty much every guy should own regardless of how often he is using it. Does that make sense? So this probably isn't going to be a daily use shampoo for anyone, even if you have that short hair. It's just that reset when you need it, as often as you need it. And you should need it at least once a week, every couple weeks. I mean, I'm using a Detox shampoo like this pretty regularly, probably every 4 or 5 days, because I'm testing lots of products. We don't have air conditioning where I live. It's very annoying. And so I'm very sweaty a lot of the time. It can be a little over parching if you use it on a daily basis. That's not to its detriment because it's not designed to be necessarily used on a daily basis. I think we have to grade every product for the thing it is designed to do. So if you want an everyday shampoo, Uppercut has a really fantastic one. It did not make my list of the 10 here. That's not saying that it's bad, but the one I wanted to call out was this Detox and Degrease because I do think it satisfies the most amount of guys, just that those guys, and myself included, aren't gonna be using it every single day. All right, let's stay in the hair care lane here. I'm going to highlight the conditioner that I love the most from Uppercut. This is the Strength and Restore conditioner. Now, if you have short hair and you don't necessarily need to concern yourself with how your conditioner is interacting with your curl texture or wave texture, with your fine hair or your overly coarse hair, those sorts of things. If you don't have to worry about those variables because you have, hair that's just a centimeter, maybe an inch long, you only need a really strengthening and nourishing conditioner. And that's sort of me just describing all conditioners in general, but you don't need to go out of your way for a fancy one. You just need one that is going to revive your strands after the shampoo, even after a shampoo as detoxifying and purifying as the one I just mentioned. So get yourself a fantastic baseline conditioner. I say use it every single day, regardless of the shampoo you're using. It never hurts just to seal off your hair's cuticles, pump a little bit of moisture back into those strands. Next up is another styler. This is in fact a Featherweight styler. I love the use of Featherweight here because it refers to the boxer branding that Uppercut has. By the way, the brand is named after this imaginary character, this boxer who is a tough guy, but he also really takes care of himself and he minds those details. I love that they even gave him a name, Willie Uppercut O'Shea. It's a fun idea. So the Featherweight styler is one that I'm actually using today to have tamed down my strands. This is more of a fiber paste. It's one that I use a lot more often when I have shorter hair as well, or a couple inches long. It's really great at that volumizing, that bodybuilding in all types of hair. Again, fine hair is really gonna like this. It's gonna give you that lift and that hold, especially if you target it at the roots. However, for thicker and longer hair like mine, I really love it as a finishing product. It helps keep flyaways down, and it just keeps me from looking a little overly humid on a hot day like today. Overall though, this is great for structured styles, but keep in mind its name, Featherweight. This is not going to weigh things down. So even if it's going to give you that hold, it's not going to give you that bulk. It's not going to make things feel heavy, definitely not greasy. That's why I really love it when I have my hair in a situation like this where I just need that movement and that lightness. Now I'm going to compare this and 2 other stylers in the video, including the aforementioned texture cream, because it can be a little confusing as to who should use which one. I'll do that at the very end of this video, all right? One of my favorite products from Uppercut Deluxe. If this was a video in order of favorites, this would probably be in the top 3. It is the Exfoliating Cleanser. This one hits the texture note that I love. It has that whipped-like texture. It has a charcoal base, so it's very purifying without being dehydrating for your skin. Moreover, it has just a little bit of pumice in there, so you feel that grit as you're rinsing, but it's not overly aggressive, so it's kind of just that perfect light amount. The reason it's great before a shave and even after a shave is its green tea and chamomile extracts. So it's soothing and calming on the skin. So it's going to be cushioning through and through. And that whip-like texture really helps in that cushioning front too. I love it. I shouldn't be cheesing out over a cleanser like this, but it's really fantastic. Next up is a product that I think every barbershop brand should have. This is the Aftershave Cologne. That is actually the name of this one, Aftershave Cologne. This one is mandarin, patchouli, and spice. It's a really straightforward, beautiful, very barbershop feeling. It was created by the legendary Australian perfumer Jonathan Midgley, may he rest in peace. This is the kind of thing that's going to just enhance the freshness that you feel after you've done your morning routine. There's that crispness of the mandarin, but then the patchouli and the spice give it this nice heft, this really masculine finish. Oh, don't mistake this for an actual aftershave. This isn't something you're putting on your freshly shorn skin by any means. This is a cologne. You will apply it like a cologne on any day of the week, whether or not you shave your face or not. It is just giving you the essence of that aftershave, splash of that barbershop experience. And in my opinion, that is why it is such a great cologne, because you really can carry that happy, fresh feeling of having just been at the barbershop wherever you go throughout the day. This is 100 milliliters. It's only 25 bucks. It is a terrific value. It's not going to last very long throughout the day. If that's what you think every fragrance has to be, then you are grossly mistaken. Many of them can just last for a few hours, maybe for the duration of your date, maybe for those morning meetings. You can always reapply. Again, great value. So what more do you want? This next one is the salt spray. I think it's good to do a little ASMR on this one as I shake it up. This is an essential product for anyone who needs texturizing, volumizing, a little bodybuilding in their hair. I think Uppercut says it best when they say it gives you a loose, lived-in look. Now, I always get the most effect from a salt spray when I spray it into my hair, clean, post-shower, and then I blow dry it. Now, when I apply it to already dry hair or wet hair that I let dry by itself, the effect can change a little bit. Everyone's gonna have different results, especially if you have longer hair, especially if you already have a lot of texture. It's one of those products that you just kind of gotta live with and get used to a little bit, and then you'll see which variables work best for you. But this is one of the absolute best salt sprays. You get that lived in, fresh from the sea, surfer-like texture. You just spray it in, you blow dry it, you can add your other stylers as you need, and it's just going to give you a hint of natural shine and all that movement and texture that you've been promised. And last but not least on this list is the Easy Hold Styler. I think it's a really good one to follow the salt spray with because it's also really good at defining pre-existing texture. It's really good at enhancing curls and waves. It's gonna be great for guys with really thin or fine hair as well. I think of it as this really low effort, high rewards type of product. You get the volume, the texture, the bodybuilding, but with this effortlessness to it as well, even in terms of applying it and letting it do its thing. This is a triple whipped cream, so it has the texture that I really love. It's super aerated, so it gives you a lot of body. And just look at it. It's like spongy and whipped. So just imagine that in your hair and the definition and the build that you can get from it. So that does it for my personal 10 favorite Uppercut Deluxe products. But I do want to differentiate between 3 stylers on this list. That includes the Easy Hold that I just mentioned, the texture cream that I mentioned up top, and the Featherweight styler. There could be some confusion over who should use what, so let me just lay it out here. The Easy Hold that we just covered. This is more for enhancing your natural texture, your natural waves or curls, even just building volume with an effortlessness in fine hair, in short hair, that sort of stuff. The Featherweight. Now this is more of a fiber paste, so it's also great for fine hair. It's great as a finishing product in lots of lengths of hair, even in thick hair like mine. But its main defining trait, especially in comparison to these other 2 products, is that high hold. So it's going to be less touchable, less reworkable, less malleable throughout the day compared to these other ones, especially compared to the texture cream, whose strength is that reworkability, that malleability, that light hold. This texture cream does work in all hair textures. However, it is going to go the extra mile for anyone whose hair is really fine or limp and just needs that extra definition, that extra lift, that extra body building. You get the weightlessness whether you have curls or whether you're going for volume. Regardless of the execution, you are going to have touchable, reworkable, really natural feeling hair throughout the day. And that does it for my 10 favorite Uppercut Deluxe products. Look, I could do the other 20 or so products that they have on their list. This is a brand that I love through and through. I hope maybe you came away from this video curious about 1 or 2 of these products. You can catch our test run video of the texture cream featuring 5 different hair types and textures here. And again, I ask you to follow Blueprint on our other channels, subscribe to us here, subscribe to our free men's grooming newsletter. Thank you guys for sticking around. Let me know if you've got a favorite Uppercut product of your own, and I'll see you in the next video.